Hey guys, it's Dave Novak here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a couple road improvement projects in my area that I'd like to reflect on before they actually start happening. We're going to be resurfacing SR 608 and Crile Road in my area. So I figured I'm going to take a drive on each of the roads before the project starts. We're going to start off on SR 608. We're just going to drive along. It's 3.6 miles to the next town line, so we're going to reflect this. And yeah, I mean, this road, this is the questionable one just because, I mean, this road is perfectly smooth. Like, it was fine, I believe. Someone was saying to me it was just done 10 years ago, and it's perfectly smooth, you know, there's no problems with it. In my opinion, honestly, I don't believe this needs to be resurfaced because, I mean, there's no potholes, there's no major bumps. I mean, it's perfectly drivable road. You know, I think it could be left alone for another 10 years until it needs to be done, until it's like bombarded in potholes. But I mean, you know, I guess, you know, the township wants to, or the state technically wants to fund and just make it look nice again. So I guess I can't really argue that. Although I would rather the money be used for like a different project, such as Ravenna Road going south from here. But, you know, that'll probably come up in like a future project because I believe that's just a county road. And yeah, this is SR 608. You know, it's nice little beautiful country road, nice to drive on. If you want to see some trees, some scenery, there's some fields alongside it. It's a good place to drive. Good road to travel. And, you know, I mean, I guess it's nice that we're going to have it looking nice, you know, blacktop, brand new. But, you know, it's not exactly necessary, you know, it could be left alone. We could use the money to fund repairing other roads that need it. This isn't bad at all. But, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. To others, it might be pretty beat up, you know, probably it's time. But, yeah, I mean, other than the age, you know, it's clearly covered in, like, patch lines. But, you know, other than that, it's perfectly smooth. I don't think it needs to be resurfaced. But, once again, not my choice. They do what they want, so, I mean, as long as the work gets done, I guess I can't really complain. You know, I mean, I hate to see it. You know, a perfectly good road have to be resurfaced, but I'm not going to argue that, you know. If the township think it's what's best, then, you know, I'm not going to argue that. Shut up now. Just give you guys the time to keep watch on the road, see what you guys think. It's been a while since I uploaded on this channel. I should really find more content to film. This guy and his tractor. And here comes the windy, hilly part of it. And surprisingly enough, there's a little stretch of it that's already been resurfaced, which I just hit right now. Yeah, okay, you can tell that this part's been resurfaced like within the last 5 years or so. So I think this part's going to be untouched. And then we cross the bridge, and then right after it, the old stuff continues. But, I mean, I guess around this part I can see there's some pretty beat up patchwork, like right there. And yeah, that could be touched up. That could be recovered. Okay, so yeah, I'd say really Only this hilly section right here needs to be touched, but other than that, I mean, the road's pretty good. Not beat up whatsoever. You know, I don't see a problem with it. It's perfectly good in my eyes. And, you know, I guess it's a fun little POV. And then they say they're going to pave it all the way up to the Hamden line, which is right here. Yeah, I can see it. This part's different asphalt. This has been repaved recently. Alright, now switch it back to the other direction. And here we go, back township line. Back on the road that they're going to resurface that doesn't need it. And just, I'm not going to talk this time around, just, I mean, enjoy the drive. It's beautiful. Okay, yeah. Yeah, right here definitely needs to be covered. I felt that. Rumbled my butt. And then once again, here's the newly resurfaced part. Actually, you can tell that this was resurfaced with actually the last couple years, just because the concrete on the sides for the curb is still actually white instead of faded tan, like most aged concrete is. This part's a little bumpy too. That can be touched up. just like that, we're coming up on just about the end of the stretch of 608. That's going to be resurfaced, and you know, if anything is, if you guys think this road shouldn't be resurfaced, let me know, because I mean, it's perfectly fine in my opinion, except for like a couple bumps. Mind the rattling, that's just my car being itself. And yeah, you know, I'm about to cross this four-way intersection, and once we get to the other side, you can clearly see that this stretch of 608, or I guess this technically isn't 608 because it's just that stretch back there, but I refer to this as 608 anyways, just because, I mean, it's the same road going all the way to the stop sign up here. But yeah, this whole section was resurfaced last year, and now it's nice and smooth. But to be fair, this stretch actually needed to be resurfaced. It was all bumpy and cracky and just crap. But yeah, it's nice. All right, moving on the Crile Road. See you there. All right, we're coming up on the Crile Road. It's straight ahead here. Just to mind you, this road is pretty beat up. This road could actually use a resurfacing job. There's a good section of it that's already resurfaced, because the road used to just follow alongside the highway the whole way, but say 2015 it was rewired it was rerouted in like a different form so that they could build this new intersection that's actually up here. And yeah, so that part's probably not going to be touched, but this part we're on, as you can see, this is pretty beat up and dated. But yeah, I'll take you for the drive just so you can see it. Not going to take any lights. Be sure to cut that out just to save the time. Hate to bore you guys. And here we go. The road used to go just straight across all the way over there, but yeah, they rewired everything, so now it just like curves this way and then it curves back around to over there. So this part will probably be left alone when they do the job. Once again, mind the rattling. The car just got a new exhaust the other day and it needs to go back to get tightened up because they didn't do it right. Geez, surprisingly for a 5-year-old road, this already has patch lines in the middle. Yeah, old Crile Road. That's a little tiny piece of the original road that used to come straight through. And then, yeah, here we go, the end of the new part, and then back to the old bumpy stuff. This part is going to be resurfaced this year. In fact, it's actually going to be widened as well, which will be good for like the business aspect as well, which means they're going to have to do some stuff on this side to kind of like get it leveled out with everything. If they widen it to this point, I don't know if they will, because you know, it's just like a couple large buildings. But just like that, we are just about at the end of Crile Road, so I'm going to go switch around and show you the other direction. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go again, taking the Crile Road stretch. And now we're going to show you the other direction. Just because, I mean, a side could differ. One side of the road could have more wear than the other for like maybe turning radius or maybe hills and such. You know, one side's going down, the other side's going up. The side going up could have more wear because cars gotta actually power the tires and shit like that. You know, there's more wear on one side. There always is. So I always like to look at both. And then, yeah, once again, back on the new stretch. Maybe I'll come back and do Old Crile Road just to like throw it in there. it come again, up to the light again. Ah, this exhaust bugs me. I wonder if me filming this is technically against the law, just because not supposed to have a phone out while you're driving. But I mean, it's for documentation purposes. Back on the original stretch. I don't know if I said this in the last part, or maybe I neglected to say so, but yeah, they're going to be widening this, they're going to be resurfacing this, 2 lanes, a center turning lane. I think a big part of it is because, I mean, we've got a new grocery store going in right there soon, and that's going to attract business, so they're going to have the center turning lane so that all the traffic can get in. Just like right here, there's a center turning lane to go into the Gristmill Village. Oh, bumps. More bumps. Yeah, that's fun. Just like that, we are at the end of Crile Road, the original part. Actually, the whole part, since I put everything on camera. Maybe I'll swing back around and go film Old Crile Road, show you what it was before. Alright. And now, guys, as I said earlier, said I'd come back and film the Old Crile Road just for the heck of it. Here we go. We're gonna turn onto it. It's right here. Now, what they did when they did this whole project 6 years ago, they actually saved a little stretch of the old road, which we're on right here, which, as you can see, this is where all the cars used to travel, and it used to just go straight through, but now they, what's it called? They just put a cul-de-sac at the end because they moved everything. Like, you can tell just by looking straight ahead along where the utility poles are, that's where the road used to run along. That little grass area right there, the road used to cut right through, and they did all that. Switch around. Yeah, the reason that they actually saved this stretch of road in the first place is because of this one building back here. If it wasn't for that building, they probably would have just ripped this whole stretch out. But nope, this little piece got to be saved for one building, which, I mean, I guess isn't a bad thing. This part actually isn't that bad, and this is part of the old existing road, so I wonder if this part, I wonder if the rest of the road is actually became more beat up over like the last 5-6 years, because the original part, that part at least, is still traveled by thousands of cars every day, and that stretch only has like maybe 20 cars a day, maybe. I don't know how many people go back there, but yeah, that road is the same age as the existing original road up here, and it's just as smooth as like if it was still somewhat newer. So yeah, but I mean, I guess I'm happy they're gonna resurface all of this, be nice and smooth, have the turning lane. This is a road that needs it, not as you can see in the original video, when I went SR 608, that road did not need it. Let's face it, like, that road's perfectly fine. But I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop boring you guys. I'm gonna get my eyes back in the road. I'll see you all later.